Hi, Aries. Welcome back to Wandering Magic. These are going to be your April 2026 messages, and it's going to be for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you are an April Aries, happy birthday. Um, Without further ado, let's get started. You have like a very synchronistic message coming out here. Um, but we're going to dive right in, and we're going to start with our Gypsy Witch um, fortune telling deck. So here we have card 45 and 12, which is the Jack of Clubs and the Queen of Diamonds. Um, the Jack of Clubs is about business success, and the Queen of Diamonds is about having a friendly disposition and gentleness. With these two cards coming out together and with the imagery that's on them, what I'm getting is there's a coming together happening in April, and I'm hearing finally. There's like it's the collaboration you've been waiting for. It's the answers to your questions that you have been waiting for. You are meeting someone or finally working out the last bits of details with someone about I'm getting like a a passion. I'm gonna air quote project. Um, and I air quote that because is if this is a business endeavor, that's 100% what this is. Um, Meaning it's a passion project that's coming together because of you know you connecting with this person. Um, or you are coming together in love. What I'm getting, just a quick side note for the love message, is there's a little bit of an age gap. So one is older than the other. It's I'm not getting like astronomically, you know, large in number. I mean, it can vary, but there is an age difference, and perhaps this is like an age gap love. I'm also getting here that you are a little bit different from each other, but that is what actually makes this work even more. And so, if we step out of the arena of love, we can talk about a partner that where you a business partner where you are good at one thing and they're good at the other thing, and so this coming together is really like a it feels like a reunion. And so what I'm also getting is there's an age gap here as well. Again, this one doesn't feel significant, but I think even if we're not talking about an age gap, what we're talking about is someone who has more experience where the other one doesn't. And it's like these new ideas are coming in fresh from the one person, the air quote younger person, and the older person or the more experienced person. They're bringing, the knowledge, like they're the knowledge bomb to the ins and outs of everything. Hopefully that made sense. But regardless, this feels very connected. It feels very together. It feels very moving forward. Um, yeah, I mean, the other thing too with Mercury entering Aries on April 14th, that is boosting courage. So look out for that in the middle of the month, taking a lot of action. But at the same time, we have to be careful not to be too impulsive, especially you, Aries, because Mercury is entering Aries at that time. The other thing happening is Mars entering Aries on April 9th, so just a few days before that. And that with those two and all of this combined, essentially, let's just say this is about quick thinking, direct communication, and just like overall confidence. And you're having like this boost of confidence, it just keeps happening. And so what I'm getting to is like dominoes, and the dominoes are that someone's placing them. They're placing them very strategically. But that also tells me that you're afraid of like someone tapping your domino and everything falling down. But what I want to encourage you to do is really tap into that courage, and more tap into the confidence to say, like, this is going to work out, and really being optimistic despite what has happened before. So, your oracle card here is chaos and conflict, and that's card number 33. 3 represents, again, ideas, projects, relationships, the natural progression of um, the journey, right? So this also talks about team building. So again, it could be you and one other person, or it could be you and multiple people. Take it how it resonates. Regardless, the chaos and conflict is there is there you know I feel like this is pointing to the fact that not everything is going to work out, and you need to pivot. You have to learn how to be flexible in this. So instead of like, I think, in the, I don't know why love is coming up again, but if this is a love connection, not being so set on, this is my type, this is what I want. And it's not to say that you can't have like, you're manifesting this person, but what I'm saying is it might look a little different in your mind. Like, oftentimes we think we know what we want, and really we don't know what's good for us. So keeping that in mind. But on the business front, this is you. You're in my perfect world, this is how it's going to execute. It's happening, but it's not happening the way you envisioned. So being flexible in that way as well, being open-minded, right? All the things. Your tarot message here, we have the Page of Wands in reverse, we have the Ace of Swords, and we have the Hanged Man. So what I'm seeing here is what you are stepping into for the month. There wasn't a lot of motivation. There was an underlining pessimism happening. There was this lack of confidence, or maybe even just sheer boredom. But then you get this idea, and it could come from like a podcast or a YouTube video, or I'm getting some form of communication, and you're like, okay, how can I do this? Like, how can I get like this spark back? How can I figure out how to make how I can win? And so you with this communication coming in, I'm getting those people or that person coming to you, and really giving you that spark of life that you've been waiting for, because you're getting all these ideas. You're like, okay, now I want to take action. um what I want to say for your advice as you move forward with this, it's all very exciting. And I think what happens is we tend to be a little bit impulsive sometimes. And so with the impulsivity, um, there comes mistakes and misunderstandings. So really encouraging you, despite having this excitement, which is a beautiful thing, right? It's a beautiful thing that's happening. You want to remind yourself to have this slowdown, and really, before you say something, I'm also getting just get quiet for a minute and observe, because you want to hear the whole thing out before you say yes, that's it. So it's like someone putting something in front of you, and they're describing it to you before you can actually see it, and you're like yes, but really you need that blueprint first. Like, the idea sounds good, but there might be something off. Maybe something off with colors, maybe something off with you know the next step, or what was said, or something along those lines. You just really want to be hear the whole thing out, and then you want to say something afterwards. um Going with the progression forward, things are going to feel a lot less chaotic. um things are not going to be as smooth as you want it to go. I feel like there's this like fantasy in your mind, and it's not that it can't happen, it's just the way it's playing out, it's how it's supposed to play out. But the sun card is just reassuring that this is going to work out. um you have to be consistent is another thing that's coming up for you as well. For your fairy message, we have protected, and it says you are being saved for better things. So you are protected. Those things that didn't work out before didn't work out because there's something that you couldn't quite see, and it just wasn't meant for you at the time. And I love how this is closing this reading out with no need to worry as your angel message. Beautiful. Watch your sun, moon, and rising for any additional messages, and I'll see you next time.